Goedemiddag, Clayton en mijn broeder vrouw, Misty. Hoe hit met jou? Hoe hou hit met jou? En deze is de kleine paarden. This is the little pony we left off on part 1. To the left of me is the post with the starry night. And straight to the right, down that way is the nursery and the little chapel, and then the older watermill, or the smaller looking watermill with the linseed oil. Today I'm going to take you to, in daylight, or better light, the other watermill that I took you at the very end of the video. Was in the dark, that was difficult to see. And it's a beautiful watermill, and it's a beautiful restaurant, and we've eaten there and hung out there. In the summertime, it's packed full of people outside. They have a small orchard and things. Yeah, I have to get this guy a little piece of apple. Oh, lekker, huh? Het is voor deze. Het is voor jou. I'm only giving him half of it because I want the other half, a good apple.
Wat lust hij wel, wat ja.
Ja. Het is voor de paarden.
Hij eet alles hoor.
Ja.
Weet je, het komt er niet meer vanaf.
We spreken kleine Nederlands. We spreken Engels. Maar kleine Nederlands. Het is een mooi hondje. Het is een mooie dog.
Ja.
Fijne dog. So, we're gonna take you down on the way towards the other watermill, which is this way, down the Starry Night pathway. And today is Sunday. It's about 3 o'clock. Relatively warm day. It's only about 8 Celsius, or probably, I think it's about 6.5, something like that, which is about 44 degrees, something like that. Not too bad. And we're now leaving Eindhoven, and this is the beginning of the Starry Night pathway. I'll probably speed this up, put it in the video and just speed it up, because you saw this in the evening time. You can kind of make out the little LED things, or the fiber optic little dots. And here we are. There's the watermill straight ahead, and I wanted to show you the backside here. They have beautiful weeping willow trees. A lot of people come out here and on Sundays like today, and they just go for a ride. In the summertime, it's packed full of people riding bikes, jogging, running, and stopping by the restaurant, visiting with friends. You can see those lights glowing out there. That's a huge outdoor garden or orchard, and they have tables and chairs out there, and the kids play out there, play over here in the water, and there's picnic tables in the back. But it's a beautiful restaurant on the right side of the water wheel. On the left side is actually still the working shop and working flour mill of the 11th century or 13th century. It still operates and stuff, but This is the Domo, the Kleine Domo, or the Domo River. Kleine means small. And I'm going to take you up there and show you that. And there you go, Misty and Clayton. There's a much better daylight view of the watermill. You can see the roof line there, the overhang, the big two paddles, one smaller, one larger. And this is the placard that it was probably really hard to see in the last video of the painting. And there you can see that. And it'll even say something here in English or in Dutch. You can hear that.
Today I went for a splendid walk for a few hours with an acquaintance of mine. I wouldn't say that the scenery here is even more stirring or dramatic than in Brittany, in Katwijk or in the Borinage. But still, the villages and the heath here are also very beautiful. And now I'm in the heart of it. I find that it provides an inexhaustible source of subjects from peasant life. It's only a question of getting down to it, getting to work. I'm very keen to start doing some watercolors and drawings again.
And there you go, that's in English, but it's super nice. I'm going to take you around the back. I think the back might be open enough where I can show you some of the garden or the orchards. All right, let me take you around the back. Oh, it is open. I wasn't sure because of the COVID restrictions. Everything opened up Saturday, I think. In summertime, these bike racks are full of bikes. Those are rental bikes. You can see the very old farmhouse building, and this is still they sell coffee in here, I guess, but this is still a working shop. Usually you can, I don't know if you can see, it's really dark in there, but you can see the wooden gears for the water paddles. And that big round thing on the ground is a stone. That's a grinding mill to make the flour. Oh, that's what they're selling. They're selling grain. And those little big paddles, smaller one, the bigger one. And this is a restaurant. And back in there's the orchard, and then back there's the farm fields. I have to be careful sometimes. The people get funky about camera. Europeans are all about this privacy thing. It's kind of strange. Some people are okay with it, and some people, they get all weird. There's a bell up there, and it's beautiful. And now this is the restaurant backside. And they have the garden back in there where the kids can play and barbecues. And in the summertime, these are all apple trees right here along this row, and they're full of apples. You pick them and we feed them to the horses along the way on the ride back home, or on the further, if we're going further, we'll take them with us. You can see the little dried up apples on the branches still there. And this is the backside. Basically, this here is a canal. They've dug this out. The river itself is the one in the front. And they have a pond here, and the kids are always running through here. Over there, they have the little things for the insects and the bees and things. They have little holes drilled in the wood. It's really beautiful, but Yep, this is where Vincent Van Gogh painted his paintings. He walked through here, sat here, painted many things. If you go through his collection, you'll see a lot of Nuna. I'm going to take you on to the museum in the town of Nuna in the Centrum, which is the center of town, where the museum and his girlfriend's home, or his long love, the one he went kind of mad over, her home is still there. What do? What do I want, huh? They have a chuckle. In Brabant, which is the south of the Netherlands, that's a province, they have a way of saying goodbye, and that is houdoe. Houdoe. Otherwise it's dewy. In the north it's dewy, so the people in the north, they don't understand the southern way of saying goodbye, which is houdoe. So when they heard me say houdoe, they kind of laugh because they know that I'm not actually Dutch. And this building here I want to share with you is from 1879, if you can see that, the 18 and 79. So it's an old farmhouse, and right down that road, just around that bend down there, is where Aaron's soccer club is, and he goes and plays soccer. And you can see the sign there says Nuna, and we're gonna go that way. And now we're going to head to the center of Nuna. Like I said, there's a couple of very beautiful old farmhouses. In the summertime, this house in particular is very nice. They have a beautiful garden out front. Everything's dead and for the winter time, so it's unfortunate you guys don't get to see the colors and the beauty. It's actually very stunning here. And we're going through a little small farm community of Nuna. This house is really nice too. It has a beautiful, colorful garden in the summertime. Somebody really takes care of this yard. They have flowers in that rack in the center in the summertime. Okay, we just entered roughly the center of Nuna, the town of Nuna, and you see people doing their grocery shopping. That's a grocery store right there on the left. Everybody does their grocery shopping on a bicycle and cars. but all the shops are closed Sunday, except for the grocery store. People live above the stores and shops. You can see the balconies with the flowers, flower pots, bakeries downstairs. There's our pharmacy, Walgreens, thrift type of store that sells all the things like Walgreens or CVS. It's called the Krautbad. Miniature mall there, miniature strip mall. Ethiopian food, it looks like, or Greek, sorry. Should recognize the flag. A lot of pubs here. You can barely make out the pubs, all the furniture's put away. But it's beautiful in the springtime, summertime. Everybody's out in the streets walking, riding their bikes. And now we are entering the center of Nuna. And I'm going to share the church and some artwork. This is the little old town center square or plaza and the bandstand, that kind of thing. Summertime is absolutely stunning. And here's one of a sculpture that was made of Vincent Vangogh's painting, one of his paintings. There's a lot of controversy around this because they say that it's not his work, it's a sculpture of a painting of his. And the people that paid for it, the city people in the town, are kind of a little debated over it. One, the money spent to have it done, and the fact that it's not his painting, it's a sculpture. But you can probably recognize that. And then the church above it, or behind it. In the summertime, it's just full of people. That building there straight ahead is probably from the 1700s. I know the church is very old. Wait. It is for my family in California. And straight ahead on the right here is where Vincent Van Gogh's girlfriend lived, that he had the tumultuous love affair with for quite a few years. They never married, I don't think. And the house still remains there. And it's a kind of a museum or historical building. And that's going to be up here on the right. You see these very old houses and things. Straight ahead about a block and a half is Vincent Van Gogh's museum. And if I remember, oh, it's not this house, it's further down. Okay, now we're coming up on her house. This is her house right here on the right, past the gray building with a white car and the red sign. That was her right there. And that's the home. And that is her placard 1884. She lived to 1907. She was born in 1811. And this is the beginning of his museum. That building on the straight ahead is his museum. I'll take you across the street. You can see the white banners on the front of the building that say Vincent. And that's the museum itself. It's probably closed this Sunday, so but I had time today to come by and show this to you. I'm going to take you across the street.
Perhaps it's this part of the house where he was painting.
This lovely lady is telling me that her sister, I'm speaking for the camera, and she's telling me that in the backyard through this garden, through that gate to the left, behind this building on the left here, is where Vincent used to paint in the backyard in his garden. Or inside of this small building here, farm building, or it's a worker house, yeah?
Yes, it's a goose house. It belongs to
goose house. Okay, yeah.
It belongs to this house.
This is very nice.
I will have a look at the backside.
Yeah, dankjewel.
If possible.
She's gonna go and see if she can look in the back, because she was allowed, her sister-in-law was allowed to come in the back. This was built in 1764, so that's how old this building is, from the 1700s. And it's a museum of sorts, or community center type of thing for art, and the town of Nuna is super beautiful.
You can see it's from 1774. It's
1774. Echt. It's super old, huh?
Yeah.
So this is for you, Misty. This is his home, or his girlfriend's home, and he used to paint in the back here. Yeah, that is possible. And this is the garden in the back, yeah.
Oh, that's
yes. Yeah, it is so mooi. Kleine house, huh?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
This is where he used to paint in the backyard. Isn't that incredible? Here.
Perhaps when we were walking around, you can see from the other side.
Yeah.
The back
Of the house.
side of the house. Let's have a look.
Is here. And these are the paintings. There is the paintings. These are Vincent Vangogh's paintings and sketches of this house. So there you go.
Yeah.
That's where we were looking in the back, and this is the house. I was standing there looking over the fence, and now we walked around the left side. This is incredible. Oh, dankjewel. Kom maar. We lopen hier. And now we're going to walk to the very, very long side of in the summertime. This is all nice and green. And now you're looking at the back of Vincent van Gogh's girlfriend's house, where he painted in the garden. It's a beautiful, large house. Had a pond in it. I would say the backyard is the length of about 75 yards. Probably about 100 yards. Yeah, it's pretty big. This is mooi. Look here, this is one of his paintings, and the garden inspired him a lot. That's what it's reading right there, if you want to pause that and read that in English.
I sense how Pa and Ma think about me. They dread taking me into the house as one might dread taking a big, shaggy dog into one's house. He's sure to come into the room with wet paws, and he's so very shaggy. He'll get in everyone's way, and he barks so loudly. In short, He's a filthy beast. This dog regrets that he didn't stay away because he felt less lonely on the heath in Drenthe than he sometimes does now.
I don't know if you can make this out, but this spot is the exact spot he painted the painting there. And if you look up straight ahead and maybe zoom in, you can see the church, and this is the angle and the place where he painted that painting. Pretty amazing.
Hallo Truus.
The place where he painted that painting. Pretty amazing. And now we're walking in the back front of the house again. And that was his girlfriend's house, but he painted back in here. And that's where that one painting is, back there. Pretty amazing. It's a wonderful town. I can leave my bicycle there unlocked with my camera, tripods and things in the back of my jacket, and no one messes with it. Alright, I'm going to take you right across the street and we'll show you the display of paintings and pictures, and you can see the watermill that I just took you to is also in there. And I'll take you to the front to the museum itself. Street, we just came from there, and this is the displays of all his painting and all the famous paintings you've seen. That is the watermill that we just came from earlier. You can see the smaller paddle, the larger one. You can see the roof line there that hangs over. And there's the painting that he made. There's the farmhouse from across the street that he painted. This is the one that you look over the fence, and that's where I said he paints in the back. And we walked around on the left and went around behind it. This is the center of the town. And this is his girlfriend's house that we saw across the street, and this is the girlfriend. Oh, mooi hondje.
Ja, dank je. Weaving, you know what weaving?
This is a sculptor. This is a sculpture that they made of the painting. And there was a lot of controversy with the painting versus the sculpture. There's his sketches of the church. And his famous paintings. This is the building where the museum is inside of. It's new in the back and old in the front. You can see all his books being sold in there, and the paintings, the Dutch women. Unfortunately, oh, maybe it is open. Hello. They said that it's closed today, even though the sign says open. Or it's probably at the end of their day. I think it's about, yeah, it's just 10 minutes after 4. They probably closed at 4, I think. I don't see any hours or anything. But that's it. I hope you enjoyed that. So this is the town of Vincent Vangogh. We went through there. The people riding their bikes. This is a reenactor of Vincent Vangogh there. All right, I'm gonna end the video now, you guys. Hope you enjoyed that. Love you guys, miss you guys, and we'll talk soon. A very old house with a thatch roof. You can get food there in the little caravan. The town of Nuna is absolutely a gorgeous little quaint little town just right outside Eindhoven. We're talking from my house, it's a 30-minute bike ride, 25-minute bike ride. In the car it's about the same. 20, well, it's a very short distance. It's only probably about 10-12 kilometers from my house, but it takes a while to get here. Beautiful old houses. We got twins there. This is the other, this is the building that he painted in one of his other paintings. I would absolutely love to live in this little town instead of the city. We have a lot of conveniences and things, but Nuna is just absolutely, it's like a little quaint, it's like Saint, look at the car. It's an old Peugeot. But these beautiful little houses, I absolutely love them. Well, they don't think they're small houses. Over here they're considered pretty big, but they're got a lot of character to them. Here's the stone that they erected quite some time ago, and it was also in the display over there in front of the museum. Straight ahead is a museum. All right, for the final time, I am going to say goodbye.